once in England on the Dock at the Radar Station tour. We were in his hotel room, and out of boredom, he hurled a metal ashtray against the wall. And we have a tape of this. You could hear it hit the wall and then wobble very loudly on the floor. Wobble, 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 wobble. He's like, yeah, that's the drum solo, man, in this part that I'm going to give that to Williams. You know, it's a great way of making music. I never met anybody who ever approached music making like this. If you like classic weird Beefheart, there's nothing more classic and spooky than a number on there called Cardboard Cutout Sundown, which was actually written first as a guitar piece he called Oat Hate, which I worked on in New York. It was another piano composition that was translated to guitar. And there's a demo of it on a record I did called Improve the Shining Hour, so people could hear the part as a discrete instrumental. And he had me work on that, and then before I came out to join the band for the sessions, he had rehearsals with them where he taught them some stuff. And they learned as a trio a piece that he whistled, and I don't know, the drum part came from the sound of him swinging shopping bags filled with things. Anyway, it was a nice little part. And so that was sort of a discrete part. And when we recorded it, he set us up with headphones, and he just told me to start, when to come in with what I knew, and not to stop. Just play it intensely using his exploding note theory all the way through. The exploding note theory was something that he had explained. It was a certain kind of approach and attack you can hear on the Flavor Bud Living guitar solo that I do on Dock at the Radar Station. Sort of a real staccato, ack phraseology, very, bombs bursting in air, one note having no relation to the previous note or the subsequent note. So anyway, and then with the band, he'd go, start, stop, start, in their phones. So anyway, it's like I'm over on one speaker doing this manic solo piece, just like playing the hell out of it. There, and another speaker also in the studio simultaneously starting and stopping this kind of like happy, sad little, weird, whimsical piece that he taught them. And at some point in the end, near the end, there's just one amazing moment, like reaching the peak of a mountaintop where the two groupings sync up. The guitar syncs up with the group, and almost in a unison kind of style, play the same motifs or very similar motifs, rhythmically and harmonically. And it's like, how the hell did that happen? There's someone who worked on a PhD thesis who sent me a harmonic analysis and transcribed this whole thing out. And I helped him. I told him what I knew about how it was derived, because he was also astonished at this. I mean, it's unbelievable. And of course, I wanted to know, so when I asked Don, he just said, like I knew. I had it all plotted out. I mapped it out. Maybe he did. Maybe he did, but, to teach me, to play a piece on piano, maybe it was played 15 years before that session on the piano, and then to teach a group another piece of music in 1982 is when we recorded that record, and then have the two of us play it simultaneously, and he's directing it when they should start and stop, the piece that he taught them, and then have it sync up in a unison passage at the end. You'd have to be pulling a lot of strings. You'd have to really be a puppet master, quite a brainiac, which he was, so,